Hello and welcome to another installment of Comparative Reasoning. I'm your host, Cedric Kennedy, and you know what? I'm really going to shoot off the top of my head in real time here because I got things, but it's sort of jumbled. About 4 subjects I want to go over, but I'm only going to focus on one. This one's going to be about you losing, exposing the political business. Donald Trump has said some very nasty things about Mitch McConnell. And then you've got the whole impeachment thing. Now, Mitch McConnell went up there and spoke. Not only did the Democrats wage a great argument on why Trump should be impeached and ineligible to run for president and get a lot of the things stripped from him so taxpayers don't have to give him anything. Mitch McConnell did the same thing. He sided with the Democrats enough. He buried Trump. He exposed what Trump did and everything without the intent. Neither one spoke of intent. Very important. Why did Trump and Mitch McConnell do this? Just to let you know, because no one's thinking about it, Mitch McConnell exposed every single one of us. When Mitch McConnell was asked about doing decent things and stimulus checks and things like that, he laughed. He legitimately and honestly laughed about helping people. Why? You ever ask yourself that? Why? Why is this happening? Instead of just, of course, it makes sense, he's this. Or of course it makes sense, of course they're going to do that. Yeah, think about this. There are multiple camps out there. Mitch McConnell, he exposed the Trump camp. He catered to those 70 million people. I would say probably down to about 67 million people by now that are just outright diehard Trump. It might be lower, might be, but he spoke to them. Look, your leader wanted this, incited this, pushed you to do this. He initiated these things. They were wrong, they're egregious, and it was a blight on our system. But I'm not gonna say that he needs to be impeached, thoroughly. He's not gonna be guilty. I'm not gonna vote guilty. He's just going about his business. So that means these Trump supporters they're saying, hey, we are protected, more or less. We're still red. We're not gonna leave because you're not gonna be anti-Trump. You called him out for his stupid, but you didn't convict him. So we're good. That's that camp. Then you've got the other Republicans. That's the other camp. See, they're not the Trump loyalists. No, they are the red loyalists. You don't hurt your own. You don't bury your own. That's the camp that he was also catering to. He's not worried about the Republicans in the House, the Senate, or anything like that. Even on the Supreme Court. He's not worried about other Supreme Court Republicans. He's not worried about any of that. Mitch McConnell knows that he's got this on lock. He's in charge. He knows what he's doing. He's got the power. He knows everyone's dirty little secrets. He knows that he is the guy that these wealthy people are going to go to first to get anything done. So people still got to bow down to him. He knows that. He knows that in Kentucky, where he is, no matter how messed up things get, no matter how much he even blatantly, overtly boaster on how he's going to make things worse, they're going to vote for him. And they have done it 3 times. No one really understood the first term. No one really cared about the second. The third, it was like, well, he's Republican. The fourth is like, well, what are we going to do? Vote Democrat? Screw that. And then and the two after that was he don't like black people. He don't like any minority, despite his marital relation. That's the other camp that he was talking to. But you think he was just talking to Republicans? No, he was talking to Democrats. He was talking to Democrats, the ones that are trying to be bipartisan, the ones that keep reaching across the aisle. Yeah, where you going to get your money from? You want to get your money, you got to do things our way. You're just a D in office. You are not a Republican in charge. There's a difference. You can have the office, but you don't have the power. Biden has the office, but he doesn't have the power. Mitch still has the power. So Biden's going to keep reaching across the aisle. And he's going to talk about that quite often. And what does that do for the Democratic voters? They're the ones that's saying, well, yeah, reach across the aisle. We all got to work together. We got to get along. Biden's doing the best he can because we trust blue so much that we don't even question it. And if you don't question something and you just follow it, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, that is a religion. That is faith-based. It's not based in fact. It's not based in decency, morality. It's based in you must side with this or else, whatever that threat may be. I'm just keeping it real. And then the final one that McConnell spoke to on the Democrat side, that Biden speaks to on the Democrat side, loosely thereof. And that's the camp of nothing's going to get done anyway, so why try? We'll just vote what we vote and it'll be what it is, and we'll just move on with our lives because none of this really matters. We just vote to vote. Just to think, cognitive dissonance. If it doesn't matter, then don't vote. And if it does matter, do research and vote wisely, not politically. Don't vote partisan. Don't vote because of a letter or a color. Don't vote tribal. Vote what actually works for you, not what you work for. They talk to those Democrats and Republicans that are more or less slave-minded and just deal with it instead of handling it. That's the point. That's the whole goal. So, depends on what camp you in. McConnell spoke to you directly. He let you get what you want. Are you a Trumpist? Then Trump is free. He doesn't have to worry, and he's going to make money off of everybody for the rest of his remaining days that his children will benefit from, as well as he. So you're good. You got what you want. Trump is okay now. Is he talking? He talked to the partisan Republicans that are saying, "Hey, red no matter what, right? Red until you're dead." He talked to them. He even talked to those that are kind of like, I want to leave, but I can't ever vote a Democrat, but I will never vote Republican again until it's time to vote, and then you'll vote Republican because that's what you'll do. You can say what you want. It's what you do that speaks the best. So, with all that covered, what camp are you in? I'm in neither. I'm in neither camp. But question yourself on which camp you're in and see how that's been working out for you. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.